Take two. We just had my phone just recently updated, and that's what we used to record. So I just had to switch the resolution. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Then this is his 7th or 8th film from Quentin Tarantino.
I think 8th.
He said he's gonna try to stop at 9. We'll see if that happens.
Why?
He said that. No joke. That's his. I want to stop at 9 for reasons. But yeah, it's a kind of it's set in the backdrop of the 60s with the whole Charlie Manson and Sharon Tate murders. But without spoilers, it's a bit of a revisionist history, kind of like Inglourious Bastards.
Well, we do have a famous Hollywood character that, as far as I know, never existed.
Yeah, I would. Rick and Dalton.
Along with a couple different shows that, as far as I know,
Bounty
never
Law
existed.
But basically, our main two characters are Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, with Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate, kind of being a third party, but she's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Just living her life. And it's just them kind of going through their lives pretty much, and then dealing with the fact that, there's creepy hippie cults, and yeah.
There was an underlying theme that I did notice with Margot Robbie's character, as well as Leonardo DiCaprio, and to a certain extent, Brad Pitt, and you see it with a couple other people here and there, is the passage of time and kind of changing what you once were and where you are now and everything. To where Sharon Tate, she goes and watches like a couple movies that she was in, and she's all happy to see them, and she's excited,
and she's happy that the crowd's enjoying her. She's just happy to be in the industry. You can also just see the fact that she's just happy to be a part of it.
She seems mostly be out of the industry now, but that's kind of things. She enjoys the fact that even if it didn't last forever, she had what she had.
Yep.
Whereas Leonardo DiCaprio
still trying to cling
on the other side of that, where he's not happy. He's upset. He's, still wanting to do much. He doesn't want to be forgotten or anything else like that.
He has a great scene. I don't know the actress's name, but this little 8-year-old girl actress not actress. She makes a point of that. Who immediately she starts talking, and you just start laughing because, she's one of these people. Okay. But he has this great moment with her when he's talking about a book that he's reading, just, to pass the time between scenes. And he talks about, and it's basically, the character in the story is a reflection of what's going on with him. And he starts to break down in front of her because he's admitting to himself that he's feeling more and more useless as the days go by. Yeah. So then we get that scene later on where he's playing the villain, and everyone fucking loved him. And you see it in the trailer too, where she goes, "That was the best acting I've ever seen in my life." And it's the girl he actually came to respect quite a little bit. So to hear that from her, it just made him break down. You were still got it, man. You still got it. And you actually you feel happy for him that he still has something there. Whereas Brad Pitt, you get the idea that Brad Pitt is just kind of happy existing.
He's happy and content just doing what he's doing. Yep. He's relaxing and just living his life.
He lives in a
be richer? Could he be in a better spot? Sure, but for right now, he's good.
He doesn't want for anything except what comes his way. That's basically it.
Yeah.
And he lives in a drive-in movie theater lot in a trailer with his pit bull. And it's like, yeah, and he's completely happy. It's like he's completely okay with his life. I'm like, we should all aspire to be just find that level of contentment in our lives, honestly. But you get a lot all the the standard cameos you kind of get in a lot of the. You get Kurt Russell showing up at one point. Bruce Dern's in there.
I did not see Samuel L. Jackson.
No, you know what? He was absent. He's in the majority of Quentin Tarantino movies, but he was not in there unless I missed something.
No.
You get Bruce Lee and all Quentin Tarantino movies. That was an interesting that was a fun fight he has with Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Oh, and you get a lot of old nostalgic.
Oh,
nods.
God. I mean, he used to work for years at Taco Bell, so when that old Taco Bell sign popped up, you're like, holy crap.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was back when we had fajitas.
Can I get a quesadilla and a cheese and a corn tortilla?
No, I mean, we had like skillet fajitas.
Oh, wow.
And I think food was actually delivered to the table.
You know what? I was just like, holy crap. Yeah, back then. When Sharon Tate goes to watch the movie, and as someone who goes weekly to go see a movie, I know how expensive it is. The person at behind the counter just goes, 75 cents. I'm like, come on! My dad, no joke, as a kid, would get $2 for, like, go to see, like, a double feature. And there's usually, like, two movies playing for a double feature, and they repeat in a loop. And he could go, pay money to go see a double feature, get candy, popcorn, and a drink, and still have change left over, and he could just sit and rewatch the movies over and over again back as a kid. And he would just sit and watch the B movie features, the monster movies and stuff as a kid. I'm like, you know what? That sounds pretty awesome.
No, man.
Don't get me wrong, I still wouldn't want to live back then.
The price everything cost in this movie. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, man. But I mean, we had a brief conversation of was there anything wrong with the movie? I can't say there was anything wrong with the movie, but I personally felt it does feel like it's dragging its heels a little bit. Because this movie clocks in at about 2 hours and 41 minutes, give or take. It did feel, I mean, maybe it didn't feel like, oh my God, let it end, but it did, you felt a bit of the length, I think. And I saw people checking their phones a couple times too. Like, this is a sit. This is a sit.
Yeah,
and
I would say it's worth it.
Oh no, it's like the dialogue is still snappy, all that.
The stuff that makes it seem like a bit longer is obviously kind of old movie homages.
Yeah.
Like the long extended driving scenes. Dude. I just remember sitting through so many like 60s and 70s and even 50s movies where it's like, and now for the next 5 minutes.
And you know, and I get that, but at the same time, in a movie, it's a different day and age too. So that's the thing. So in a movie that's 2 hours and 40 minutes long, you might have been able to splice that down a little bit.
It's also the fact that it's Quentin Tarentino.
True, they're always
so
on the
you're
long side.
sitting.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the fact that you're sitting there the whole time,
and they're not talking. That's the thing.
And
sometimes there's no dialogue.
Well, no, it's not that. It's you're sitting there the whole time and you're waiting. You're waiting because you're like, okay, at what point is shit gonna go sideways and everyone starts beating the shit out of each other and we get a huge body count?
Well, there's like, moments of like sickening tension. Like there's a scene, and it's in the trailer. I don't think we're gonna spoil too much. Where Brad Pitt goes dropping this girl he's seen twice now, like a hippie girl, at the commune where Charlie Manson lives. Where I'm assuming, they mentioned Charlie a couple times, and he wants to go see the guy who owns the land, and they're not
lived.
Well, he lived.
They said that he'd
moved
gone
right,
to another place.
But that the guy who owns the land, he wants to go see him, and and we're getting this sick implication that he's not just gone; they killed him. So there's this really tense scene of like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, and then it just leads to, oh, okay. It's like, oh no, okay, the guy was alive.
The guy's alive. Right. He just doesn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, but you touched me. You came and visited me. It's like, oh.
And Brad Pitt's sitting there. He's like, what happens when she gets mad? Oh, nothing. She just gets disappointed.
I don't like to disappoint.
And like it's one of those things where it keeps you keep kind of sitting there. And you're like, oh, is this where he's going to be like, and they beat me with rods? Oh, wait, no. Wait, what about this point? Is this the point where it gets really dark? No.
I mean, and when and Quentin Tarantino movies, all of them have levels of brutality, and some of them have like big epic scenes of it. Django Unchained, it's the real key moment of brutality is that shootout in the mansion.
Yeah, but you still get action.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just using an example. Pulp Fiction, there's shootouts when they blow his brains out in the car. There's moments in Pulp Fiction. In this one, there's only, and I'm not going to say exactly what goes on, there's only like one or two big moments of brutality. One's pretty minor and it happens in that same scene actually, but it's still like, oh crap, no, Brad Pitt's a badass, don't go with him. And then near the end, which again, I don't think we'll spoil the ending of what happens, but it's in the air of Inglourious Bastards, where it's kind of revisionist of what actually happened in those events. And when shit went down, shit went down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is a acid dip cigarette is involved. That's basically it.
I honestly was expecting that to come in
Yeah.
a way, but obviously they decided to go with a little bit of reality here, where once the adrenaline kicks in, you're like, oh wait,
No, he's
I
good.
need to sober the fuck up fast. You're like, oh, okay.
Brandy.
Like, I've had moments where like that with me, where it's like,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
had a
that's-
couple drinks.
Yeah,
Someone's
I've
like,
seen you sober yourself up before.
hey, this thing is going down. Well then, I'm sober now.
Yeah, and you know what? Just like any other Quentin Tarantino movie, great soundtrack too.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, great. The swinging 60s soundtrack all the way, man. And all the actors are fantastic. I don't know. I don't know if it's too early to say Oscar
I have to
potential.
say, Leonardo DiCaprio seemed a lot smaller than Brad Pitt.
I think he's just naturally tall. And Leonardo DiCaprio's not very tall to begin with. And Brad Pitt's like a 6 foot something guy.
Maybe that's why.
And you know what? At 50, we can all hope to look as good as Brad Pitt with his shirt off.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
They had to get a moment of him with his shirt. I was like, damn, he's a good looking guy.
Well, he's also kind of my hero in this because so many reasons.
He's kind of like the kind of guy we all aspire to be. Although it's never fully stated if he did. But there's a lot of people keep saying he killed his wife. He killed his wife, and we cut to a scene on a boat with him and his ex-dead wife, and we don't know how that scene ultimately plays out. So, did he kill his wife? Didn't he? I'd like to believe he did not. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. But at the same time, in other scenes, he does seem like that kind of guy. So, it's really hard to say if he did it or not. I go with he did not. But who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Everyone's fantastic in the film.
Oh yeah.
I love the little narrations from Kurt Russell. It's funny. There's points where we're all laughing our asses off in this movie. I mean, no, it's just a really good movie. I think it's too early to talk about any sort of Oscar potential, though. It's still July.
Everyone.
Brad Pitt, you deserve all the Oscars. Leonardo, you deserve all the Oscars.
Just best supporting actress, Al Pacino.
Best character in a Columbus film. This is a Quentin Tarantino's Columbus film now. Okay. Best picture that's directed by Quentin Tarantino. Ooh, it's going to be a real close one this year. I can't think of much else to talk
Best
about.
visual effects.
There were some good visual effects. I mean, a good cinematography. You know what? It could get a cinematography shot. It could, award.
Best original music.
I highly doubt that one. Can you think of
Nope,
an original?
Leonardo DiCaprio hummed to himself.
Oh, you're right. No, he did sing a song in that commercial. You're right. So there you go. There's that nomination. He didn't arrive for any of the trailers, but we did get a couple new ones. The Kitchen, that one about the 3 women in Hell's Kitchen. They're like husbands were mob guys. They go to jail. It's got Melissa McCarthy. Oh God, Tiffany Haddish. Pretty certain it's Tiffany Haddish. Anyway, looks pretty decent. Hustlers, which is a new one I hadn't seen, about strippers who rob basically Wall Street bankers, and it's apparently based off a true story with Jennifer Lopez. That's a thing. Ad Astra, one with Brad Pitt. It's him going into space. I think it's based off a book. He's going to find his dad. Got to save the world, basic kind of stuff. Jojo Rabbit, directed by Taika Waititi. I don't believe it's actually Nazis going on, but if it is, it's a kid who has an imaginary friend who is Adolf Hitler. I'm not joking in the least. And it's played up as a comedy.
I'm going to be looking up that trailer later.
Yep, I'll show you afterwards. Queen and Slim. Apparently, it's based off real events, or I think it is. I don't know for certain, but it's a black couple accidentally shoot and kill a cop, and they're on the run. Very poignant with today's day and age, unfortunately. So yeah, Star Wars. I got that trailer. What was this one? Oh, It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, where it's Tom Hanks. It's based off a true story of a guy who went to interview. It was Fred Rogers. Was his?
Yes.
Yeah, Fred Rogers, to try to debunk that he wasn't that nice guy. No, Mr. Rogers was that nice a guy, and they made a friendship. And it's Tom Hanks, and I'll admit, I got a little choked up because they end the trailer with a moment on the train where everyone sang "Won't You Be My Neighbor" to Mr. Rogers. So I'm like, God damn it, this is making me feel shit. This is just a trailer. And last but not least, in the trailer I'll have to show you if you haven't seen it, Zombieland 2. Oh yeah, double tap that shit. Zombieland 2, the double tap. You know we got to be there. So yeah, overall, it was a good film. I recommend it highly, especially if you're a Quentin Tarantino fan. Just note, 2 hours and 41 minutes. If you're gonna drink a soda, make it a small one, because you're gonna need to. It's not Endgame's length, but it's 20 minutes shorter than Endgame, and that's still 2 hours and 41 minutes. So anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, What If, anything I do in the channel, put in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. I got a new computer, and I do have video software now, so I'm going to be experimenting with that over the next couple days, get that down, learn how to use it. So future videos will at least have an image in front of the screen and not my ugly mug. Nothing else for the rest of the rest of the week and next week are going to be pretty normal. August, I'm going to be making up for not being able to do the week of What If and who would win this month, because my computer crapped out on me last week. So just keep your eyes out for that. Until then, thanks for watching. Oh, I'm also going to catch Lion King this Saturday, just because didn't catch it last week. Figured I'll do it this week. If you want to join, I know you got Saturday off, so
we'll see. I may have stuff going on.
No, absolutely. Until then, thanks for watching. See you later, folks.